10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Phi the top-notch diva, and we're back. Woo! And this week I got my boy L. He is in the building with me, and I am excited. Hey y'all, it's your girl Phi the top-notch diva, your favorite entrepreneur. As always, I'm so happy to say I'm back. What's up, L? Are you back? Are you happy to be back with me, boy?
Girl. Hello. Well, I am excited. Let me tell y'all, for those who are listening in, me and L Boogie, every time we plan to set up, we go through some issues, honey, trying to get things together to be able to talk to y'all. But guess what? We are here. And before we get started, please remember that everything you hear today can also be found online on the No Not Popular website. All you have to do is visit nonotpopular.com. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. So, L, before we get started, go ahead and get everybody caught up. What you been up to, man? You know, grinding, working on trying to get some business funding, trying to be an entrepreneur like the diva.
Oh my God!
Trying to get some funding, working on my personal credit score, locking some things down, working with some AI stuff as well. So I'm playing around with some AI. So yeah, I'm learning. I got one of my sisters over there helping me out. My Black Queen sister helping me out working. We both bounce ideas back and forth on AI. So yeah, we on it.
Okay.
I'm in the process of building an app in there. So yeah, let's see what's up.
Okay, well listen, you can't go wrong with that. I'm proud of you guys. Shout out. All right, so you know how it is. Before we begin, I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you about a few things that's going on. Did you hear about the actor Robert Redford, his passing? Hollywood, they lost another star, man.
He's a good actor. I like him. There's good stuff. Him and Brad Pitt did a good movie together. That was a great movie. It's some CIA stuff. It's really good. You should watch it. Spy. Robert Redford was dope in that.
Yeah, he passed on September 16th, literally 1 month after his birthday. Reports from the locals around the California area was that Redford was always a great person with an awesome personality and loved speaking of his family. Now, mainly his son. Now, I don't know if you know, but he had he actually had two sons that passed. One had SIDS, the sudden infant death syndrome, but he had an older son that I believe worked very close with him. He was very close with him, and he passed as well recently. So the people in California, you know how the news will go out and ask how do the people feel about the loss, and a lot of the locals there said that Robert Redford was a great person, and he talked, a lot about his son. You know what I'm saying? So
it's sad, because he's a good actor, and too bad I don't know him to speak on his personality, his person, stuff like that. But from what I saw, he's a good on screen. He's got good charisma. He did so much with just his face.
Yeah.
Right. His face and his body movements and displaying emotion without words. So yeah, I mean, he conveyed a lot of good emotion.
Yeah.
I like the style.
Exactly. And hey, listen, 89 years old. Hey, I always say when people, to me, when they live a good life, and they're 80s and beyond and stuff like that, I say, hey, you live a good life. All I could do is say, shouts out and congratulations on what they did so far. You feel what I'm saying? You don't want to be too sad, because after a while it's like, why are we sad when someone did so many great things? You know what I'm saying? So speaking of people being
100%.
people, speaking of people being sad about the death, listen, the world is caught up. They don't know whether to be sad, happy, mad. Oh Lord, this whole Charlie Kirk incident. Okay, they got my boy Jimmy Kimmel losing his show. You have several students that are being kicked out of school. Tell me, what do you now? I already did a little something about the Charlie Kirk incident, but I did it more or less on freedom of speech, which means, listen, before everybody start coming in on Felicia, which means that basically if everybody wants me to speak, if I have the right to say how I feel to about whatever, then I think it should be open to everybody, and I don't think nobody should lose their life. And in this particular situation, I'm just saying someone is losing their life. But tell me, what are your thoughts on this whole Charlie Kirk situation, and what's going on just really in the world and how it's dividing everybody again?
Let's talk about his speech in general. It's very divisive. Polarized. It speaks to a certain demographic that is ultra right. A lot of things he said were derogatory, misogynist. He said that were really riled up people. But he spoke to people that have not been reached. He has an audience that's scared that they're losing control over this country. Right? You can see it, the population used to be 70 to 80% of the population. Now they're down to like 55%. And somebody told me like 55 from 75. That's huge. So they're being bred out. They're not having enough babies, and they feel like they're scared they're going to lose power in the next 20, 30 years, that they're not going to be the majority anymore. And that's frightening, because if they weren't scared, they didn't have white privilege, they wouldn't be scared, right? If they didn't have the power dynamic, they wouldn't be scared. You look at minorities, they continue to bust their cheeks and go through all the minutia. Look, we had Malcolm X got shot. We got Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Marcus Garvey. Let's talk about the people that moved in Philadelphia. They got bombed. They got bombed by the National Guard in Philadelphia.
Wow.
Black Panthers. They were trying to feed their people. They got shot. So we talking about let's talk about polarizing people. Yeah, Malcolm X at one time was polarizing. He came back from Mecca from his pilgrimage, and his tune changed because he saw Muslims of all colors, right? In the Nation of Islam, it was okay because he was on that side, right? But when he started trying to bring people together, it became a different story. So he wasn't polarizing at that time. So Malcolm X was on the other side of Charlie Kirk, right? So let's look at it. Malcolm X and Charlie Kirk, they're talking two different things, opposing almost segregation and the white devil, right? So let's look at of those two figures, right? But then the change happened. Malcolm X went to Mecca, and he saw a different world. He saw Islam, the true Islam, where everybody, all these different colors, were worshiping the same God he was. Then his whole story changed, right? But so let's look at, those are two divisive people, in the world. Both got shot, right?
Yeah.
But we mourn I mourn the second Malcolm X, who's talking about unity and all this stuff. That's one. First one was good for certain times, but at the same time, like, you can't beat somebody down to pick yourself up, right?
Right.
So, let's look, right. So let's use Malcolm X as he beat people down in the Nation of Islam. Nation of Islam. He's like, tear the white man down, tear the white man down. Yeah, the systems need to be torn down, right? But don't beat down the white guy, because not all white people is bad, right? We got some soldiers for civil rights that are white. They hold it down,
right? So
again, Charlie Kirk is beating down the minorities, right? Divisive. He didn't deserve to get shot. That's what he was saying was inflammatory. But just because you don't like what he said, don't mean you got the right to pew nobody.
Okay.
No.
That's all I'm saying. Now, the thing that stood out to me on that is that his people shot him. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't none of us that went into the crowd and shot Charlie Kirk. So in the whole mind of things, it's just like, I ain't gonna lie, friend. I'm trying to wonder when are we gonna move on from this scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like, how long is it
But
before?
the problem right now is that 47, Agent Orange, Cheeto Hair, whatever you want to call him.
I'm done. What?
The president is trying to weaponize speech, or speech that he deems not aligned with his political party, to be divisive, and he's trying to shut that freedom of speech down. That's wrong. That's anti-American. That's anti-First Amendment. Period.
Right.
Just because you don't agree with somebody, you're gonna shut them down. Well, guess what? That's Gestapo. That's SS. That's back in Roman times, the Praetorian Guard. They'd go shut people down because the emperor said so. We don't have an emperor. We have a president.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech is designed. Even our Supreme Court, right, rulings, you have the people that affirm that, and they have what's called dissent. That means the people that did not agree with the ruling is called a dissent. It's built into the DNA of the United States.
Okay. Yeah, listen.
That Supreme Court justice dissents is writing why they believe that whatever was ruling was unconstitutional, and here's what, and they lay it out in plain terms. So dissent is built into our DNA. How did we get rid of the English? We did not believe what they said. We dissented, right? We disagreed. That's how we got there. How did we get to the Continental Congress? Well, somebody said we should have the capital in Massachusetts. No, we should have it down in Richmond. Guess what? They had to come to a compromise. People were dissenting, arguing, and they said, "Oh, look, Philadelphia is where it's going to be." Okay. Guess what? They had to figure out opposing ideas for what? The Constitution.
But
The Bill of Rights. So these things, you have to have freedom of speech to get these ideas moving. Go ahead.
Right. And this is the whole thing. I don't understand why the country gets riled up when Trump says so. Because, like, listen, even if he say, hey, we're going to stop people from talking, or whatever the case may be, okay, there's still things that has to happen before all of that get approved. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be really hard to stop freedom of speech, but at the same time, like, unfortunately, with the Jimmy Kimmel, with the college students, sometimes, everybody has the right to say what they want, right? But the truth is, what we also should realize is that, this is a question I could ask, is truth really free? Because it's a lot of people, including Charlie Kirk, in this world who die behind what they say. So really, even if they put freedom of speech in place or something like that, some folks might need it, honey. Because, like, one of the and you can find it on a not popular website, but there's a video of one of the young ladies, and she could feel however she want to feel with the Charlie Kirk. Nobody is saying that, okay? Because yes, he said a lot of things. I agree with a lot of things that everybody is saying, right? But when it comes to a point where a person is died, and then we want to jump about their death and oh yeah, they deserve to die, this, that, and the third. No, we might not have to do all the jumping up and down, because he himself said, hey, I'm not one of empathy. So maybe, hey, a lot of people don't have to do the empathy thing, but at the same time, you don't have to go to public viewings, visuals, and then start harassing people that are out mourning somebody. If they choose to mourn for somebody who wouldn't mourn for them, that's the choice of the person, of the mourner. You dig? It's not necessarily the choice of the people.
Now, I want to say a few things. This is the double standard, right?
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick takes a knee, doesn't say nothing. He just takes a knee during the national anthem and gets kicked out the NFL, loses his job. Now, Charlie Kirk spewing hate and vitriol, and they want to NFL request a moment of silence. What kind of BS trash is that? Right? You got a whole bunch. 90% of the employees of the NFL are black. Well, guess what? Are they employees or are they slaves because they playing on the field?
Wow.
Because they play on the field. And guess what? Gladiators and Colosseums were slaves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they get paid, but they can't say what they want to say.
Yeah.
You see what happened to Colin Kaepernick? Okay. You see what they did to Shador Sanders out there? They choose who they want to shoot down and hold down and oppress.
Yeah.
But guess what? The women, the guys that beat their wives. Okay, yeah, we'll let them back in, or maybe suspend them for a while, maybe sometimes kick them out. But look, they rather have the a very derogatory term that we use for African Americans, play, because they can control them. It's easy to control somebody that way, right?
Yeah.
But if you can't control them, guess what? You got to get them go.
Okay.
So the double standard is so disgusting, and to have the flag at half staff for somebody that does not represent what America's talking about.
Yeah.
Almost every president since before Reagan was talking about immigrants make the United States better. They're part of the culture. Man, I watched this video. I was like, man, that's JFK, that's Bush, every Reagan, always talking about the same thing. Immigration, yes, we got to fix it, but at the same time, they make America powerful. They build America, bringing new values in, change ideas, different cultures, makes us rich, makes us strong. Now, when we isolate, America becomes weak.
Come on. Now, listen, I would definitely agree with that. But it just seems like we're isolating ourselves by always, every time something big happens in the news, because it don't necessarily is something big to happen in life. So every time something big happens in the news, the world divides. There is not one time, I can't think, where people come together on agreeing on something. So, I don't know. I think the best thing in all situations for me is, child, I stay in my lane, my mind. Okay? That's literally it.
The only problem about staying in our lanes is that it keeps the status quo. The status quo means nothing changes. Nothing changes. If the status quo continue, Jim Crow will still be around.
Oh,
Slavery
wow.
will still be around. Right?
Yeah.
So let's look about what if they kept the status quo before the Civil War, there will still be slavery.
Yeah, we got to come in and say, it's caught from Kel's Creation. Shout out, great cooking. It's called America. He say it's called America, and he say when we start bringing God back and we stand up for what's right, maybe things will change around in this America, in this world. But
I want to
go ahead.
address that. I want to address that because God is a powerful tool to be used and abused. Right? As you can see, people call I'm a Christian, and they judging their brother and their sister. That's not Christian, because those who judge, who should be cast the first stone, will be cast upon them, right? Let's just be honest.
But why is Christians the only religion that's targeted, friend? Is Muslims out there talking that good talk? Jews?
No, hold on. Charlie Kirk said he was a God-fearing Christian. I can't call him a Christian.
Yeah.
From what I saw.
Yeah.
He's talking devil talk. You talking back down on people. You talking about this and that. I think they not qualified, and women this and women that. I'm like, wow, bro. That ain't Christian like. You judging people. That ain't Christian like.
Yeah.
Are you God?
Hello, come on, somebody.
From what you know, I'm spiritual, right? You know I don't believe in all that stuff, right? Because I am who I am. But if you're gonna judge somebody, the only person supposed to judge is God. From what I'm understanding, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Now, is judgments and facts laying always stay the same thing? Now, I'm not talking about this is a thing of why I really don't talk much about the Charlie Kirk situation. I didn't listen to the man's speeches. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Charlie got going on. They say it's called relationship because God is love, and if we love God, we will do his commandments. Come on, somebody. So, with me not knowing what Charlie Kirk had going on, what he was saying or none of that, then that's why I'm not too hostile about the scenario. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to go find something like, show me what he said about the black people and stuff like that. Like, I believe y'all. I believe everybody that he talked crazy, he talked outside his neck, you know, it's just, I haven't seen it. And that's why I say I stay in my own lane, because when you don't know a lot of the bull crap that's going on, then you don't have that opinion. You're not going to feel that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel a hate toward this man. I don't feel a like. I feel God rest his soul, and that's about it. You hear what I'm saying? And that's what I'm looking at.
We forget that, right? It's not the person that we need to be disagree with, right? We need to disagree with the opinion. What the topic is, right?
Yeah, but he gone. He gone for me to tell him his opinion.
No.
Oh,
I'm talking about in general. In general, when you have an argument, you argue the ideas, the position, the statement, not the person. Once you start calling somebody a name, or this is stupid and that, guess what? The argument's over with. It now becomes personal.
He was calling folks stupid, Fred.
No. I'm just saying. I'm saying when we have an argument. Right?
Okay.
We argue the facts, the statement, not the person, right? We the political ideology. Those are things that we argue against, not the person. Even though they believe that, you can still say, I totally disagree with what you believe.
Right.
100%. But you know, and then you see them during the weekend. You see they're a good person, but the ideology is something different. Yes, it's part of them, but you can argue the ideology without being, name calling.
Yeah.
Girl, what's wrong with you? They look at your mirror in the face like, I'm good. Look at me, y'all.
Oh, yeah. I forgot you on there.
That's my girl, y'all. That's my girl. Hey, stop playing with me, yo.
But this is podcast. This is radio, so they can't see me. Nobody would have known I'm looking at them.
I told them I dropped them dimes on you.
You clearly dropped the dime, because I'm like, I didn't even know that you could.
Plink.
Okay.
So,
but go ahead.
Argue the facts, not the person. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what we've lost decorum. We've lost decorum, in a lot of ways as a nation. You can see most of the nations are turned against their back against the United States, as you can see. Besides tariff, but some of our ideology from our highest offices. People are turning their nose around the United States. What is this nonsense coming from here?
Hello.
But that's what we're dealing with, right? So, but again, religion and spirituality and God, two different things, right? Because you know the covenant of the original covenant was.
Tell me.
It's between you and God.
Oh,
the original church was when you pulled your The original covenant, when you pulled a shawl over your head. You are now in one communication with you and God, right? So if you look, sometimes you see the Hebrews, but even Ethiopians, Somalians, the original Ethiopians, they're the original Christians, right? That goes all the way back to them. So they have a shawl over their head. Once they pull that over their head, that is the covenant of God right there. You're actually in church. Your spirituality right there. But they want to make it more inclusive to a community, right? You just can't have you can't just say I'm a godly person and don't talk to your neighbor.
Yeah, it say we have coming is the spirit that dwells inside of us, and that is totally true. But I'm gonna move on from this one because no, it's all good, but it's a spirit that I'm gonna bring up. Did you see my post that I made this week about my grandson? Basically falling at a daycare?
I missed that. I've been a little bit running around this week.
No problem. I will definitely and I definitely have to say the name. But yes, so last week I got a call from my daughter, because I'm not in the city, and just catching up or whatever, and she sent me a picture. My grandson literally was bleeding from his head. And I'm like, what in the world going on? And it was so many different stories that had went on at the daycare or whatever. Now, y'all already know that he was definitely pulled out, but y'all know I reported as well. Because if you guys attend this daycare, then, you want to make sure that your babies are definitely okay. So I got to pull it up.
They had the blood on his shirt?
Yes.
He had blood on his shirt, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the back of his head, he had I was like, my girl about to go off, yo.
Yo.
I'm like, yo, Go get her. Go get him.
You already know, but my daughter, her aunt, they already on it, as well as, I definitely put a call in, but luckily my grandson is okay. What is the name? I just, and it's My Kids. It's called My Kids. Ain't that one? They didn't even think about coming up with a good name. The name of the daycare is called My Kids Daycare. So My Kids Daycare in Houston on Westheimer, I don't like it. Okay, they basically, in my opinion, that's neglect. Especially if you saw the picture of my grandson. Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? Had me absolutely livid. But listen, El, you know how time flies when you having fun. Where we at? We at our whole 25-minute stop.
Are you crazy? No way. No, we gotta keep pushing. Come on, let's go. Let's push. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well,
we've been doing this for a minute. We on a roll.
Well, we was on a roll. And let me tell you, when you went in on that on the Charlie Kirk situation, that's what brought up a lot of the time. But it's no problem, at all. I didn't get the chance. When we go live, unless you want to tap into what it was about, your videos, I haven't had the chance, but it looks like it's saying, what was that first one that said, women, what was your thought on that? I can actually play it if I need to. Let me see here.
Yeah, go ahead and play it.
Oh my goodness. I said, oh, okay, you own it today. You own one. You come around cutting up. A man who was trying, I think. A man who was trying to reach his woman, trying to teach his woman, loves his woman. Now, friend, I did.
His woman loves his woman, yes. Yeah.
A man that tried.
Teach, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
And Nandi, yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay, so I didn't go. Help me understand. I saw the post. I haven't gotten into detail. I told you already, but you say a man that teaches his woman loves his woman.
Yeah, he cares.
Go ahead, talk to me.
Nobody's gonna take the time out they life. Nobody's gonna take the time out. No man's gonna take the time out of their life to teach somebody if they don't care. If they don't love them, they're going. So guess what? Like, all right, do what you do. That sound like love to you?
But friend, at our big age though, you think they still trying to teach us something? Like, that's what I'm trying to understand. Like, is this a child? Do he have a younger woman or something? Like, what? Or is it
Nah. Okay, I feel this out. Like, if you don't understand your man's love language, he's teaching you what's up. This is how I want this done. This, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I like this. When you ask, that's still teaching. It ain't your child. We learn every day. Mm-hmm. So if your man's teaching you, say, hey, you might want to try this. Look at this over here. He's guiding you, right, to this and that, and trying to help you smooth. Hey, you might want to watch out with what's the name. They're not on the right path. That's still teaching, still a lesson, right?
Right.
But did you learn that lesson, right? Because if they let you run the streets and go out there all butt naked out there,
what?
You out there,
but like, come on now, some people should have some common sense.
No. Hold on.
Go ahead.
And they don't care. They don't care what time you get back in the house. They don't care that you know what I mean. They don't care how you dress, how you look when you leave the house. That dude don't care about you.
Yeah, but friend, go ahead. I don't want to stop you because I want to make sure.
When you take time to address situations with your partner or your lady, and you're taking your time, and you're speaking soft and talking to them, not yelling, not screaming, but having a conversation about these things. That means the man's taking time out of his time and pouring his soul to you, expressing himself. Right? Well, if a man just is cold to you, guess what? They don't give a fuck about you. Let's be honest. But if they take the time to talk to you and address situations in a calm, cool, collected manner, not raising their voice, sitting down, eye to eye with you, that means they care.
So
they care.
Is this a two-way street to where your woman also teaches you things, or Is this just a man teaching a woman something? And one of the hold on.
Let's not be sexist here.
I know, that's what I'm asking you. One of the people said, is he married or dating? With what you giving the advice?
The question. I've been married. I've dated. I had plenty of relationships, right? And it's a two-way street, because your woman could teach you as you teach them. It's not just a one-way street. So let's not be sexist here.
Okay, right? That's what I'm trying to find out, friend. Because
right.
Oh.
No. See, because if a woman is telling you certain things and we're not picking up on it, and you have to speak in your feminine voice. This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, right? So my uncle and his wife came, like last year when my mom passed, and we're sitting down in one of her favorite rooms in the house and we're talking, and I'm watching how my uncle interacts with his wife, and he's talking, she taps him on his leg, he looks, he stops talking, she talks. I was like, that was beautiful, right? Because he learned she wanted to say something, right? He learned this nonverbal communication, and she talked, and she explained, and I was talking, and she stopped. She put her hand up, and stopped. I was like, I looked at my uncle. I was like, I never had a hand up, and normally I'm like, whatever, right? But I watched the communication and respect that he had for his wife, and her soft. She was beautiful and soft in a feminine energy, and still stopped me. It was beautiful. Like, I stopped down, listened to her, and it was amazing, right? What a strong feminine woman in a feminine energy can do, right? And I learned from her, like, hey, okay, all right. She was talking. I was listening intently. It was definitely a deep conversation, but at the same time, it was like I was listening to what she was saying. She wasn't rah, rah, rah. She wasn't that. It was calm. You could feel the love coming through her voice, right? And I was like, okay. I had to take into what she was saying consideration and really think about it. I see your comments must be blowing up over here.
You know
your face said, "Oh, what's up? Speak."
Well, the people are saying that it sounds like it could give that you like to train your women, telling them what to wear, what to dress. Oh, if you're gonna go outside, and I think it's just probably your delivery, like how you're saying it. I can't. That's why I said is it man and woman.
Okay, think about it. We train our partners on both sides, what we like and we don't like. We
training them. Right? That's what they're saying.
Hold on. Time out. Listen. It don't matter if it's the word train or teach or whatever. It's the same thing. You communicate your idea of your expectations. Right?
Okay.
You communicate your right. That's still training. You hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is the criteria, and they say the same, and you regurgitate what you were looking for as well.
Yeah.
And when you combine those things, you're teaching each other / training, right?
Yeah.
Now, so they're using training as derogatory. Training is not derogatory. Now they're using that as a sexist term. As training is fine, teaching is fine. Don't you go to school to get trained, or don't you go to school to learn, right? So
yeah, but in a relationship, I'm not looking for my man to teach or train. I want him to, but
no, P.
I'm listening.
No, you have to receive the message, right? Because guess what? Hold on. If you go into the Bible, you will train yourself to understand the word of the Lord.
Yeah, absolutely. And
if your man is explaining and expressing himself in a manner that's not hostile, that's understanding and calm, right?
Yeah.
The message is, hey, this is what I expect, and then you're gonna say, yeah, okay, fine. But when you start defining your relationship, you're gonna also say what you expect.
I just want to definitely make sure that it is a two-way street. I wish I could co-host, guys, but I can't. Street. Yeah. Okay. That's what I want to make sure, because believe it or not, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm a woman, right? So guys will say all the time, yeah, even you. I'm not saying you. We didn't date, but I'm saying I'm sure, just like you're saying, hey, yeah, it's a two-way, men and women. But I'll be honest with you, friend. Out of in my life, yes, it's like men are not as receptive. Even if they know we got the answer, they know this, that, third. Y'all gonna second guess a woman to death, man. You hear what I'm saying? That's why I asked and I wanted to hear the truth, honestly, on if it's both ways, because especially a man that especially a man that likes to give and tell everything, what to say, what to do, he feels he's right about a lot. He's not gonna be as open, including a man like you. If I was to tell you something, L, or if I was to bring something to you, we gonna have a talk about it. Even when we used to be in, that's why we've been friends for so long, because honey, our communication will be have to talk about stuff, you know, and it's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying we're gonna be honest all the way around, and that really makes it hard for women. So, you know, one, I want to put this out there for men and women, because I think that people should grow together, right? So yes. I would love
preach.
Yeah,
preach,
so
come on, preach.
To grow together. So I would love for somebody to come in, give me advice, hey, see how I would grow. But I would also like them to be receptive to if I can do the same thing for them. Because what good is a relationship if only one person got everything to say? It's only one person that's leading the way. It's only one person, especially if they both are equally smart, equally have a brain, equally have something going on.
That's why I like the video, the lady from the video. I think I forget her name. She's beautiful, but she expresses that a woman pours into her man, right? Mm-hmm. But also, she also just said that when a man teaches, right, it shows love. But a woman also reciprocates by pouring her love and propping him and pushing, making him stronger and grow better.
Yeah,
to a better man.
That's
so
right.
You see, it's reciprocal. There's nothing that's saying it's one sided. And you listen to her speak about relationship, I'm like, man, she's fired.
Probably because it entertains you guys. It probably tell y'all right. Y'all always gonna do this.
See, there you go, not listening.
Oh, you got that one off on John. Go ahead.
No, but she also shows the other side of the coin about the women feed into the man, and it's a relationship that works together.
Yeah.
They don't work together, they pulling apart.
Yeah.
Right? Once if somebody's the leader, regardless of man or woman, whoever's the leader, somebody got to follow. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. And then the person follows, say, hey, can you slow down? We need to work on this and that.
Yeah.
The person keep moving forward. That ain't no team. It ain't going to work.
Yeah.
But that's why you got to work together. The person in the back says, hey, watch out for, I see something over here. Let's move to left. Or vice versa. Front, so we need to move left.
Absolutely.
Okay,
yes.
So don't trip about what power dynamic it is. If the woman lead or the man lead.
Yeah.
Right? People be tripping sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Because guess what? A woman's still leading and a man's still leading. But you have to be able to shift and move.
That's right. That's right.
So when you have to move together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes a woman may be strong on some topic and the man say, okay, I'm going to go with you on this one. And then, right? And then the man's strong on this other joint. Hey, they should follow.
That's right.
Right? So it needs to go back and forth like a scale. It needs to be okay, who's stronger here? Who's got better skills over here? That's how you a good relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Agree.
It's funny because, I talk I have a couple ex-girlfriends I still talk to, and we talk. I want to make sure they're happy. And I talk to them like, hey, like, look, I know who you are, right? I know who you are. You think I'm talking bad about you? No. I said, do you think I want your relationship to work? Yes. Okay. So I said, look, I know who you are. So what you doing on this X, Y, and Z? Yeah. I see. I know you, right? She said, okay. It's like, all right, bet. And keep on moving. Because I want them to move forward in a positive manner, right? I give them advice and like, hey, what's going on? Oh, and sometimes I actually hear the growth in the conversation we're talking. I'm like, I'm proud of you. That's dope. I'm glad you're growing. I pay attention because, look, hey, I don't want no sad soul come back on my shoulder.
Hello, come on, somebody.
Like, I want that to move forward in the most prosperous way possible.
Okay.
So I want them to be happy.
Yeah.
I listen to them. I'm like, okay, what do you tell me? Tell me what you're doing. Because he always, you know, I always hear what he doing, right? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Oh, he do this, he do that, he do this, he do that. I said, all right, what you doing? Because I know them. I know some of their behavior, right?
Yeah.
So what you doing? Are you nagging? Are you yelling? Right?
Yeah.
Because I know them, right? And
Right.
I'm being 100% honest.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, well, I'm like, are you talking to them, sitting down, having a conversation? Are you chill? You outside smoking or whatever y'all doing? That peaceful time and having a conversation that's calm, and you address it in a manner where he can receive it. Because, you know, if he yell at you, you're not receiving it. So,
Yeah.
would imagine if you yell at him, you think he'll receive it.
Right.
So have a conversation.
Yeah.
Be chill.
Yeah.
Be calm. Because once somebody, hey, yo, my hands is up, my dukes is up, right?
Yeah.
Your defense goes up. You know what I mean? So nobody's receiving that. But if
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, Phi, hey, can we talk for a minute? Hey, yo, the other day, I didn't really appreciate what you said. But it's not just what you said, it's how you said it.
Yeah.
And it affected me. It hurt my soul so much. I had to stop talking for a day and a half to really internalize what you said.
Yeah.
And look at the validity of your words versus what you said and how you said it.
Right.
I saw some truth. I saw truth in it, but the way you said it made me feel X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
So I said, I see. So just to that, would you be mad that I said, hey, you said something? But if I said, hey, man, I don't like the what F you said to me the other day, so F that, and that F.
Right.
Nobody hearing that.
Right.
I said, look, I had to look at what you're saying because you said something to me, and when we mad, there's truth in those words. So I had to look beyond the anger, the yelling, or whatever.
You know what? Hold on, El. I hear men say all the time, it's truth in words. You know, sometimes when women mad, they just say stuff. They just talk. You know, and even though it's truth in the words, it really ain't. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I think that you guys just hang on to every little word a woman say, honey. Y'all got to hear what a woman say, but really hear what she's saying, not get through the noise. Like, y'all will take the noise and just miss the message. Oh, I only hear the noise, which is like the anger.
Time out. If you're not communicating and you're putting noise out there, it's hard to hear a message when you got noise. It's like,
that's horrible, y'all. Y'all.
No,
oh my God.
You said noise, right?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Men are simple. Give them the message. You not talk. You know what I used to tell my ex-girlfriend? Hey, don't give me a story. Give me cut out all the fat in the story and tell me exactly what's the problem. I have to because I'm trying to be logical, and then all the other stuff is fluff. Tell me exactly what is going on.
Yeah, but
I tell my daughter I'm not a mind reader. Explain it to me so I can understand.
Yeah, I got you.
That gives me straight to the point. All this other filler is the noise. That's why I try to cut out, right?
I get it, but if this is the thing. In the event that you are in a relationship, or you have a friend, or you have anything, you get what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, let's even use our friendship. You know what I'm saying? Let's say I'm upset about something, and I want to call you, and I want to tell you about whatever I'm upset. You know, a majority of what you're getting is noise, right? It's noise. I'm pissed. I'm talking. I'm telling you everything. It's legit what's going on, but it's noise. It's not a message in that. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you know, what I'm unfortunate, it's kind of unfortunate for me is that, you know, for me, if I'm with somebody or whatever, if I'm close to somebody, I want them to hear me through my noise. Because life, especially with being a woman, we gonna have noise because we are emotional, and that's what noise is. That's emotions talking. You feel what I'm saying? But don't miss my emotions. Just, you know what I'm saying? Don't miss the message because you are caught in my emotions. No, hold on, because that's the unfortunate part and the difference between. And I'm just gonna be honest with some of our black men
in the others. It's easier to talk to. It's not. I don't think that it's good that we should be able to talk to another race, or to be able to talk to other people more than we should be able to talk to our own men, because they don't want to hear noise. Come on, y'all. Let that noise go. Let these people have their noise, and then move on.
Let me be clear.
Those.
So a man should dig through a pile of shit to get to the diamond, because that's what you're saying. No, hold on, because that's what's happening. The noise is a pile of shit, but there's a diamond in there. So a man got to go through the fucking pile of shit to find a diamond.
Do you love her? Do you care about her? Is she saying something? Sometimes, you know what? Shit be on your stomach, okay? And you got to get it off your stomach, okay?
I'll be clear. That's
friend, we're going to agree to disagree.
That's not good communication, right? Noise is not good communication at all.
But would you hear them if they was quiet, friend? Would you hear them? A person has to get louder if they're not being heard in the silence.
Being loud ain't gonna get nobody heard.
Well, then listen to me when I'm silent. And then I also am a firm believer in, when you cannot communicate with somebody, leave them alone. Go on. If ever I'm in a scenario to where I'm unhappy, I'm trying to talk to you, because at the end of the day, whether you like what I'm saying or not, I still deserve to be listened to. I still deserve to be heard. And when it comes to a point where I cannot be heard, deuces. And I hope that guy, clearly he deucing too, because he don't want to listen. That's why relationships can't work. Everybody it's about, I don't want to hear this, I don't want to hear that. Well, do you love that person? If you love that person, it ain't about you. God damn, it's about them. And if it takes them 30 to 45, it is, friend. And if it's not, then that's why you need to be single. That's why you gonna be single, because that person will leave you, because they will find somebody to talk to. Now, I ain't gonna tell y'all this. They gonna leave you. Get you somebody that you don't want to listen to. She trying to open up and talk to you about anything, and you shut her down because you feel she got noise. I guarantee you, first of all, L, you the nigga that's the noise for your exes. You just said that, and I said the N-word on my podcast. You just said, I talked to my ex-girlfriends about their scenarios. Come on, I'm done. I am done. Flag on the play. It's because that woman cannot talk to her man. She got to now go to another man. And that's what I'm tired of. You don't need to be in a relationship with nobody or be with somebody that you can't talk to. No, that man needs to hear my heart. Whether that hoe is hot, cold, I don't give a damn. They need to hear it. You gotta hear the heart of the woman that you love. And for those who, if you got a man and you got a man, you need to hear the heart. Whoever your spouse is, if something is wrong or if they need to talk, you need to hear their heart. If you cannot hear their heart, you don't need to be with them.
Can I talk?
Yeah. I had to get that off my chest.
All right, so I think you missed some of that, right? Because I told my ex, hey, you need to express yourself to him in a manner he can receive it.
No,
right? Let me.
Go ahead, L. Go, L.
Okay, so look.
And the people on the podcast agree with me, but you can come finish. You can finish.
That's fine. You spoke your piece. Let me speak my piece. You have to have communication in which can be received, and that's why I tell her, hey, what are you doing? Right. We also have to accountability. What did you do? How does it perceive? Take your time. Did you take time to breathe? Breathe. Come on now.
Come on. I'm talking to you and them. So go ahead and go.
So we have to be able to speak to that person. And if you're communicating, that means you're getting to them. But if you're yelling and screaming, nobody hearing you. And on both sides. It's not a one-side way. So you got to listen. And you have to present your stuff to
not if you telling them they conversation is whatever we was talking about was bullshit, basically. Telling your woman, baby, hurry it up.
The noise is not okay.
Okay, telling your woman, baby, hurry up. You say this part because I only care about this part.
That's what I'm talking about. That's pretty much it. But cheers to each of his own. Listen, we did 49 minutes. We did 50 minutes. I understand, baby. Drop him. He's done. I do love them, baby. Hey, Big K. Listen, I appreciate you. I do love them. I do, but it gets out. It gets old being yelled at. Okay, I feel you. Okay.
Nobody's yelling though. They just you sit down and have.
No, the person said that they said that they feel their woman, but it gets to be a lot if somebody yells at them. So he agrees with you.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I agree with.
But because look, a good conversation comes from a place of love and respect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Love and respect. So if you have it, you having that, right? And that way you having a conversation. It's not bam, bam, bam. Take what I say. Take what I say. That's not a conversation.
A conversation happens when you're calm. It becomes something else when when the person is not heard, and that's pretty much what I'm gonna stick to. And that's just what it is. I'll start talking to anybody in a calm, but if I'm not heard, it's going to get louder, and then I'm okay. And then this is another thing that everybody have to do, okay? And women, men, if you feel strong about something, stand up for it. And if you have to walk, like one thing about me, if I ever like push myself too hard or something, but I'm standing firm on it, if something go down, hey, it go down. Because at the end of the day, nobody deserves to live a life of unhappy. Nobody deserves to live with somebody, be with somebody who will not hear them. Not at all. That does not make sense to me at all in my mind. It's not gonna happen. So, I'm always gonna be, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm praying about it, but I'll always be okay with walking in the event that I'm not happy, or if they not happy. If somebody come to me and say, hey, you don't make me happy, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand. Go find happiness. Yeah, and I wouldn't say deuces, because it ain't like I wouldn't be sad if I spent time with them or whatever the case.
But there's no point of being in a swirling, degrading situation, right?
That's right.
Where everything's spiraling out of control.
That's
so
right.
I agree with you. That's why right now we're talking and we're having a conversation, and it's deep.
I was yelling earlier.
Talking about. Yeah, you was. but you my girl. You been my friend for years.
Yeah.
So I take that, right? And I know it's not. I know you arguing the facts, right?
Yeah.
I know you're not yelling at me. I ain't tripping because like, look, right? I don't gotta go home to her, right?
Come on, somebody.
But that's where you. But when you live in with somebody and you start yelling, that stays there.
Yeah.
Right. That stays there. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother. It's like a convection oven that the negative just keep going around.
Yeah.
Keep going around. That's why you need to have a sit down, have a conversation as cool as possible, because you want to maintain that level of respect for that person, and that person maintain the level of respect for you as well.
Yeah.
Because that's when you're learning each other. Going back to learning and training, right?
Yeah.
You're learning each other, and you're learning from what that person is telling you. And then the other person receiving a message, and they say, "Hey, look," and they telling you what they see, and that's where the communication really happens. That's where the growing happens too. You have to be the place to come. When y'all be mad, I need to take a walk. I need to go cool my head. Get the fuck up out of there.
Yeah.
You get up out of there.
Baby, I'll walk in a second, honey.
No. Yeah, but you walk to go get a cool, level head, so you can then express yourself.
Yeah.
Properly, because when you're in the heat of the moment, sometimes it's better. It's like, hey, we hot right now. Let me step off of this real quick, and let me catch a breather. Let me go think about it and come back and I calm down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something real quick. And so a couple weekends ago, I went to the seminar, right, for martial arts, and some dude told me some stuff I didn't like, and I was like, I said, such and such might not work 100%. He said, try it, and I was. Boom, banging through his defense. And I was like, I had caught myself like, you know what? We're gonna stop this because we're not moving forward. So let's go move on to something else. Because guess my ego was starting being triggered, right? Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not here for that. So I had to catch myself. I'm here to learn, right? and I can't learn when my ego is intact. You know what I'm saying?
I get
when my
you.
ego's engaged, I can't learn. So I had to take my ego out of it and stop. This is not what we're here for. I cleared my head and I opened myself up for learning. Right? So when we feel like we've been challenged, our defenses go up, we don't hear, and we can't learn. Right? We can't learn. We can't receive a message. Right? We can't receive a message. If we in anger, we in defense. We cannot.
Yeah.
Once we are calm or peaceful somewhere in there, that's when we can learn and we can start communicating and understand and learn.
Yeah, it's just not on the if I'm upset, it's not on you to tell me when I'm ready to talk. You get what I'm saying? That's just
no doubt. But Fee,
going back. I'm listening.
It's also say, look, would it be better for you to come back when you're more chilled about it and you can articulate better and when you're not so hot? Because things don't come out the right way when you're hot, right? And please, like I said, hey, please, baby, can you take 10, 15 minutes and come back when you're a little bit more chill? Because I want to have a great discussion with you so we can communicate. I can understand exactly where you're coming from so that we can have a great communication, great conversation. What would that do if somebody said that? Can you come back when you a little bit less, when you're more chill? Because right now, I know you're hot about the situation, and I really want you to internalize what you got to say, so I can understand where you're coming from when we have some of our wonderful communications. Right?
You so late.
Some
of our wonderful. You lying? I'm listening.
No. We having a wonderful conversation right now. You facts.
Yeah.
But if I say, hey, baby, can you do that for me? Is that okay? Can you take 10 minutes? I know you're hot. You know how we I'd rather not go down the roads we used to go back and forth, and we never get to no resolution.
Right.
So can we take 10, 15 minutes? Or you come back, can you let me know when you're ready to talk and you cool and we could let me ready to talk so we can go ahead to adjust this issue? If we take some time, sometimes I know it's hard though. When it gets hot and heated, nobody likes.
I don't talk when I'm mad. To be honest with you, I do not. I'm not gonna. Because I get upset.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Right. And guess what? That means your defense is up and you gonna be right. Cause Fee right, cause I'm mad, cause I'm right. And that's how it goes. We like that for the most part. Right?
Yeah.
Not everybody, but we like that for the most part.
Yeah.
Once we get entrenched, it's hard. It's hard to want to back down. Nobody wants to back down.
Right.
Especially when you're hot. When you're hot. But that's not the time to have those deep conversations when you're hot.
That's true.
It's time when we talking cool.
Yeah.
And chilling. You know what I'm saying? And we snuggled up. Hey, baby. Hey, boo. Let's talk. Okay, all right. That's the time to be talking. Sit down at the table, chilling, over a glass of wine or whatever people do. Let's relax. Let's chill. So again, that's right there. We training each other. Hey, we know that we hot. We learning the other person that might not be the best time, and see how to learn to talk to each other so it can be received properly. The message got to be received on both sides for good communication.
Right.
Because we ain't telecommunication. We hit transmit, but they know receive. Guess what? The message ain't going through.
Hello, right? Come on, somebody.
Right.
Yep. But somebody better receive my message.
Right. Imagine two lasers shooting at each other. Right. They mad. They hot. There's no communication. They shooting the information, but there's no receive.
Yeah.
Right. So when somebody flips the other side and the laser goes to receive and the other laser goes to receive, now you have two-way communication.
Yeah, you just still got to be open to it, friend. And that's
and I agree with you. Both sides have to be open to it, right? And both sides take their time to communicate in a way that their partner can receive it.
Yeah,
the proper way, right?
Right. I'm with you. So listen, for everybody, this one was we started off with Charlie Kirk and we ended up, talking about relationships, okay? So we definitely want to hear your comments in the playback for those who are going to be listening on playback, definitely like this video, share, and leave your comments to let us know how you feel. L, did you have fun today, man? Did you enjoy yourself?
Hey, look, you can always have fun when I'm on the mic with you. You know that. Look,
Okay.
you know, we sat down, had conversations about the Bible and this and that, all kind of crazy stuff, and we always argue the topic, right? You know, and that's what I love about you. You know, you got heated in there and this and that. You internalize a few things.
Okay, come on, somebody.
But you my girl, right? So I'm like, all right, she feeling some kind of way, but I'm like, look, I ain't mad at you. And if somebody felt some kind of way about training, right, and teaching, guess what? Life is about learning. You have to have somebody to teach you, regardless of man or woman. My mama taught me.
Hello.
My daddy taught me. My teacher taught me. She man or woman, they taught me, and I had to, if I didn't learn, guess what? I had to repeat that lesson in life too.
That's true. Hello.
So sometimes you might not want to hear that, but it's a lesson that's going to keep coming back to you until you hear it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the message may be delivered the right way for you from somebody else.
Hello.
You ain't heard it, but you finally heard it. You know. So the last thing about that is, a friend of mine called me on Friday, and they were saying something, and they needed my help. And I listened to their conversation, right? And I'm like, I said, I know why you called me. You called to hear the truth. I have friends that call me to hear the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, you're making excuses. That's not the person I know.
Okay.
That's not the person I know. And I was like, okay. So, and my friend called me Friday. I said, okay, fine. So I said, I'm gonna check back on you. Saturday I called, bullshit. Sunday I called, more bullshit. I said, all right, I'm not getting off the phone until you do what you said you was gonna do on Saturday. So do it now, get it done, and have it over with.
What?
No, because if I didn't do that, I know this person, right? They would go do all other, but what I was telling them to do was very important to the situation.
Yeah.
Right. And if I didn't care about them, I wouldn't be on their ass, because it's so vital, right? It's so vital what I was telling them to do. I don't want to go too into the details, but if it was some bull BS, I'm like, whatever. I wouldn't be that. I wouldn't be on them. But it was so important. Like, look, you need to do X and Y and Z for real.
Yeah.
For real. For you. It ain't for me. None of this is gonna benefit me. She said, oh, thanks. I said, it's $150. But after they were done, they said they feel accomplished and all this other stuff. Yeah, cool. But if I didn't beat down and double check on that phone and double check to make sure they get it done, it wouldn't have been done.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'd be scared for that person. They didn't get it done. That's why I checked up on them. That's what's like, nah, no bullshit. I said, open up your phone, let's get it done. Right. So that's because I cared. Because I didn't care, I'm like, all right, man, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You ain't giving me the coochie, so I don't care.
Oh.
It's not even about right, but that's because I care. I don't care about that. Like, I care about the person.
Yeah.
I went down the road like, yo, you called, and because you know I'm gonna be on your ass to get it done. that's right, you know. But that's how much respect they have for me. And I'm like, look, hey, you know, I'm gonna keep it real, and there's no disrespect, but you being after that, blah. They're like, yeah, I know. I said, all right then, let's go and fix it. You know what I mean? And that, because I had that fixed mentality, means I really care. Like, if it's so I'd be like, hey, yo, they on their own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't care about, they on their own, you know what I mean? They on their own.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's what, they listen, like, look, I had to be tough. I had to get tough love. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you better get that shit done now. I ain't getting off the phone until you start doing that. All right, hold on.
Aww.
But that's how I had to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, and I don't want to. Like, somebody. That's me going back to training somebody, right? No, that's love. That right is love, because I took the time to make sure they got something that's very important to them get done.
Yeah. Now, ultimately, it's.
I took time on my day to go check on them on something on their behalf.
Yeah. But
that's love.
Yeah, and it's still, it's still other people's choice, you know. And then this is another thing. Sometimes, in the event, let's say you know, or you see, oh, they need to do this, you know, ultimately, if a person does not, like, they won't always see your way. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we can give our opinion and we can tell somebody to push and things, and, hey, go do this, go do that. But it ain't really something they want to do. So the decision is always theirs. But I do say hats off to friends like that.
At the end,
Go ahead.
it's always that they always have a choice. That person could have hung up on me like, F you. I'm like, all right, bet. And
Right.
you know what that means? Don't call my black ass for no help.
Oh.
Right? But at the same time, I probably will pick up the phone because I know this person for like 30
I
I probably will
can't.
pick up the phone because I know this person for 30 years. Right?
Yeah. Right.
But at the same time, like, yo, you gonna give them space. You gonna give them space to fall on their face.
Right.
Because my mama said those who can't hear must feel.
Hello.
So, you know.
And